Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to some more Always Broke RC shenanigans. So, just needed to take a break from this rig for a minute, step back, catch my breath, make a video on it. Because you know how I am. I tell you the pros and the cons of all these vehicles that I seem to acquire. The good, the bad, and the ugly, I tell it all. To the best of my ability. So, without further ado, I'm going to kind of give you a rundown after running this vehicle for a little bit. On things that were good and things that were bad. So first and foremost, I want to say great job Axial on releasing this vehicle. It's a great, beautiful scale rig, and I'm grateful to have it. Um, no regrets as far as purchasing it. If it didn't have any electronics and I put it on the shelf and as is and stared at it every day, I'd be more than okay with it. And so my favorite things about this rig are just the way it rolls as you're crawling. I mean, it has really awesome body motion and suspension travel, which I really like watching. So, also, they made a place for a light bar. Um, I really like that. Just some really nice features on this Jeep. You know, super scale, working interior center console. Little things that you don't necessarily need to do, but they went out of their way and did it anyway. Which leads me to my next point. You knew it wouldn't work, but you did it anyway, and I just need to know why. So if anyone from Axial or anyone in the development team of this rig wants to answer my question, I wouldn't mind hearing from it. So, this compared to a Traxxas TRX4 High Trail Edition Chevy K30, which I have, straight up, I'm gonna probably grab my Traxxas 9 out of 10 times. Reason being is because of the body clips. So I hate body clips. I have a hatred for them. And I really hate them when they're sticking out of the hood. So when this one didn't have any sticking out of the hood, I was rather excited. However, they decided to stick the body pins in places that are very awkward and extremely difficult to get. And when you're trying to put the body back on, it's even more of a hassle because in theory you need to flip this upside down on its lid. That's actually what people have told me to do when putting this body on. I'm generally not a fan of that because now I have a scale light, I have a scale figure, I have a scale toolbox that the lid comes off on. I really don't want to be putting this on its lid. So for me, big letdown on the way the body pins are. There had to have been a better way to put the body pins on this somehow. Like, just the way they are, they're just in horrible locations and straight up a big no-go in my opinion. Now, next, so I'm just going to pull the body off. Already had it off. Was trying to make this video earlier, and however, my battery on my phone ran low, so I had to quit making this video. And we're starting over again. So, next issue I had, as you guys might have just seen, I killed the motor within 10 minutes of running it in snow. That's, brush motor, snow, it's wet, it's heavy, it's hard on things. So I don't really fault the motor, but at the same time too, I have a Traxxas TRX4 right now, stock electronics, stock servo and everything. I'll come run it out here all day long. Will not burn that motor up. I have ran that rig a lot harder than I've ever ran this rig and never had an issue with burning out a brush motor in that rig. I leave that rig stock thinking that as soon as I burn out the electronics, I can upgrade it, but I've never burnt them out. So when I burned out the Dynamite motor, that's the brand of the motor that comes in these, which I'm not a fan of Dynamite. So I put in a Traxxas brush motor I had, and it goes and it's working and everything's back up and running. There's no issues with that. I would say kind of my next issue I had with this rig is I have a shock that leaks. So I actually need to replace the shock. I don't know if you can tell which one it is, but it's this one right here. It leaks and not thrilled about that. Also regarding the shocks. So when I first got this vehicle and I put 2.2s on it and I came to run it, all stock, hadn't done anything other than switch the wheels. You cannot run this rig with the stock shock oil it comes with 2.2s. Cannot happen because the shock oil is so soft that the 2.2s just shove up in the fender well and you're not going to be able to drive it. So I currently have 60 weight in the back and I have about 45 in the front. And honestly, I want to actually go up more on the front as far as stiffness. So probably change them out again. But anyways, that's my next kind of issue I have is the shock oil that comes in it is completely inadequate. Immediately just take the shocks off, dump the oil, and put a heavier weight oil in. That's my recommendation on this rig. Other than that, I currently haven't had any issues. However, I did talk to someone who had one of these rigs and there was no grease in the diffs and stuff. I haven't pulled mine apart to see. I just wanted to see how mine ran, get it out. It's a beautiful day, sun's out. It's all gorgeous like here. So there's a little crowd course area I'm messing around with this rig on. But anyways, so this is, like I said, just a kind of a quick little informative video of issues I've currently had with this rig on day one of running it and things that I personally would recommend you upgrade or change. Or so first thing, pull the motor, find you a better brush motor, put in it, pull the shocks, change out the shock oil, and you should be all right. Oh yeah, and one other thing too, if you're gonna run 2.2s, you absolutely have to shave this. So all I did was when the body was on, kind of drew me a line and I cut this. So this actually sticks out like clear back here and you're gonna rub every time. Front, I didn't really have to cut the front. I just more rounded off the inside edge. So when the tire's turning back here, it wants to hit. And I just kind of ground that down. That it sticks out a little back here, kind of where that, I don't know if you guys can see, that ice is. But anyways, the plastic's back there, and I just kind of shaved that down, blended it off, and I haven't had any issues with that. So yeah, that's currently what I know about this rig. Like I said, overall, it's enjoyable, you know, scale features and stuff, and it's a beautiful rig to watch crawl, so no complaints in that regard. The Bato Jeep is still needing a few modifications. However, it is Christmas Eve and it is my dinner time. So without further ado, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. Happy holidays. I hope you're all having a great time. Hope the weather's nice. Hope you're with family. Hope you're RCing. Hope you're loving everything about it. And thank you so much for watching this. Sorry the year's been kind of a letdown as far as RC content. I wish it was different, but when you got to make a living, I'm sure not making it on YouTube. So currently have to have a main focus job of heavy equipment operating, and that's that, and I RC when I can. So without further ado, guys, till next time, always broke RC, over and out.